Max, morning, everyone. I just want to confirm here that I'm actually live. Sure, I'm not talking to myself. Just bear with me here one moment. Yeah, okay, everything looks good. Everything looks good. Awesome. Okay, let me go back to where I was. There we go. Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay. See, I like doing this because in the same time, I can actually follow your feedback. Well, first of all, I want to welcome you into this group. If you are new, as you understand, the Crown Diamond Global Impact is designed to support everybody from a global perspective. We're speaking to some of the top leadership in the Philippines. They're going to get on board, so their stuff going to be in the middle of the night for some of us. So basically, the support is going to be going around the clock. I'm really, really excited. And first of all, I also want to congratulate all of you that are taking part, that are taking an active part in this organization, into this group, because at the end of the day, this is really designed for you. And as it's been mentioned very, very often by some of the speakers and trainers and all the leadership that kind of step forward in training here, we made some solid investments to be able to bring this information to you. And really, all you have to do is take an active role in participating. And today is day 16. That was yesterday's call that we got from Eric as a summary from the 90-day run that started on January 3rd. So I'm really excited about this particular topic because honestly, for me, handling objections, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. But at the beginning, it may not be so much fun. In fact, it might be a little bit scary. And one of the things that I'd like to begin with handling objections is the stages. There's three stages that you are going to come across in dealing with objections. Now let me kind of share my screen here so I can show you the notes, and you probably can see it in your it's been actually uploaded in the group so you can see it. And then the first stage, this is when you're kind of scared, you don't want to offend people, you don't want to look pushy, and you tend to agree with all of their objections and you tend to run away. You kind of accept the challenge. Oh, it's too expensive. Oh, okay, listen, I get it. No problem. Sorry to bother you. Boom. And then you run the other way. Or, you know what? I don't like this in business. I don't like this industry. We'll cover that in a minute. And then instead of kind of maybe educating them and understanding what's going on, you're new, you're a little bit nervous, and you just kind of accept it in fear of not liking you or ghosting you or whatever the situation may be for you. And again, you walk away, right? So you do a first attempt, you share them a little bit of information, and then you turn around and you don't kind of carry on. And this is, by the way, very, very normal. I remember, in fact, I get goosebumps because I remember how I felt when I first approached someone, and it was a person who was very successful, very financially strong, from my point of view. Anyway, they live in a big house, and she came to my home and to look at this information, and I was so uncomfortable. And the moment there was objections, I agreed, and it's okay to agree with the objections, but there's some techniques, we'll cover that in a minute, that you can work around that. But when you're new, you tend to just walk away, accept it, and move on. So this is stage one. And stage two, what's happening is starting to maybe you saw some results, maybe you got paid, maybe you got awarded, maybe you went to one of the company trips because of the rank advancement that you've achieved with the income, and you're starting to build some really strong belief on the possibilities when it comes to the product, when it comes to the opportunity. Make a long story short, what's happening is sometimes we tend to develop a little bit of an attitude, right? When the person say, "Is that like one of those pyramid deal?" And you may have a bit of a bold tone of voice. Well, isn't it like any companies or even religion leaders or the environment, the school system, or you know what I mean? Like the guy at the top, is the CEO, and then you have all the managers, and then all the managers after that, you have all the employees, and then you have all the maintenance people, and you tend to take a little bit of a tone that is a bit aggressive, and sometimes make them feel trying to be, they feel belittled, if you understand the expression, because how can you not know this? How can you not understand what this can do? Do you even, and that kind of approach, you may find some challenges, You may find some challenge. Welcome, Luz. Thank you for joining in from Dominican Republic. Appreciate you. So from there, and this is stage two, right? We start to see the potential, and we tend to get mad at people that can't see past, their belief or their understanding of what they're looking. Maybe some of you can relate. And I remember I've been there, right? This is stage two. And again, it's very, very normal. And maybe some of you might recognize yourselves in the pattern in building your business. And then stage three, this is where you become a professional. And this is when you really go along with the objection, you understand what's going on, and you can see here the listen, relate, story, if I would you. Okay. And before I carry on, I just want to also kind of give you a quick challenge here, which for day 16 is Master did a phenomenal training on TikTok and Instagram, and some of you are starting to do some amazing things. Here's what I would love to see, and you know what? It'll promote you. I suggest that you take one of your TikTok message or Instagram message and share it in this group. Share it in this group. Let us see it. That's one of the challenge that we're asking you to do is to post that. The second challenge, your call to action or assignment, if I may say, is to post your plan, do, review in the last 15 days. So the last 15 days, as we started this training support system following the 90-day run, some of you have planned an approach, and then you've done some activities, and some of you got some good results. So the fact is, I would love for you to post what you've planned, what you've done, and what you have found based on what you've done, a review. Let me tell you what this is going to do. For the people that are actually looking at this video from coming from you, the testimonials, your posts, it might actually help them acknowledge some of the things that they're going through and some of the things that happened to them. And so I would really, really suggest, if you're willing, to post those two activities. One is take one of your TikTok video and share it in this group if you've already done one. Second is share your plan, do, review. And this is one of the things that Eric talks a lot about is you plan something, you plan your activities. This is exactly what we've done to come up with this Crown Diamond Global. It was a plan. And then we're doing, and then we're reviewing, and we're chatting all the time, reviewing what's working, what's not working, what can we do to help, what can we do to add. That's what I mean. But in your case, based on your particular environment, your plan, do, review, post in the past 15 days. Love to see that. And I hope that some of you will take action on that. And those of you that take an action role in some of the things that we ask you to do from the assignments, I'm telling you, you will get results. There is no doubt. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to shift into handling objection. And this is a training that you have seen before. I know that Ann Turnbull did some wonderful training. I know that Dr. James, I know Dr. Bright, I know that many of the great, great leaders, Webmaster, Dr. Lee, Dr. Easy, there's Tammy, there's so many leaders that actually has done this objection training. How do you handle objections? And so I just want to give you a review because it's really interesting when you hear Eric, who has made hundreds of millions of dollars in training, mentoring people, and here we are saying the exact same thing. So there's no surprise that some of us have reached a crown diamond, right? There's certain activities and certain things that we've applied that actually is working. So feel free to, by the way, share your comments as I'm sharing, because if you have any questions, comments, do feel free to post. And I'm looking at this here in real time. And thank you for the hearts and thank you for the thumbs up. I do appreciate that. I see everything here. And your feedback matters. I want you to understand that your voice matters. So let me carry on here with this particular segment here. Okay. So in moving forward, looking at this training, one of the things that's very, very important, thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate that. What are the important aspects of handling objections? Again, this is what Eric was talking about. If we go back here to his comments, most of the time the objection is not a real objection. Listen and ask some clarifying question to make sure that you understand the real issue. So I want to kind of bring you back to some of the things that we've done, right? Seek clarification. Try to understand. You see what's going on here? Sound well informed. Limiting belief. These are some of the things that are related to objections. They're limited belief and assumptions that are made. So it's important that we set some clarity. And that's what it is. When you're building a business and people have all these objections, excuse me, and people are building objections or having objections, the key is to understand what the objection is and where it's coming from. So don't walk away and seek to understand their concerns. Really, really important. Your duty is to educate, build a bridge, and guide them, through the decisions that are making and guide them through the discussions that you're going to be having. And one of the things that's very important is to learn from the experience, the good and the bad, right? And the thing is that, folks, you will get better. You will get better over time. But you're not going to get better if you don't try, or if you fear the objection and walk away right away and don't try to educate the prospect or even try to understand it. And very important is, don't prejudge. Very important. Okay. So let's kind of move forward here. One of the things that's very important, the basis of handling objections are based on your four core beliefs. The lack of belief is a powerful universal objections, right? Lack of belief in the industry, the network marketing, MLM. We know that's a big one. People need to be educated, because let's face it, we live in an era right now that this kind of opportunity could be one of the best opportunities for most people around the world, not just one country, but around the world. Your company, product, pay plan, others, right? Your upline, your sponsor. And one of the things is also the belief in themselves. This is something very important. When people lack belief in themselves, this is one of the reasons why the objections may be difficult to overcome. And how do you overcome these limited beliefs? We recommend for you to come regularly to this group and listen to some of the things that we share with you. Because let's face it, we've made millions in this industry for a reason. It is not luck. It is consistent activities that are applied over time. So belief is key in any decision and achievement in building your business. So some of the common objections that you're going to find is no time, no money. I'm not the network marketing type. I know it's MLM. Don't talk to me about it. I tried MLM. It did not work for me. It's a scam. The money is not real. I don't know people. I don't want to bother people. How much money do you make, right? Especially when you're new. It could be something to overcome. How do you overcome things like that? I have to think about it, or my spouse will not agree. There's so many ways and so many things and all these objections are valid, but there's so many things that we can do. Okay. And I'm going a little bit fast here because it's not a long training. It's kind of an overview. And of course, I would be happy to go into more details on this particular objection, but I want to give you a perspective of some of the things that Eric talked about. So how to handle objections? Well, is relate to the prospect, right? So if we go back over here, what does it say? Feel, fell, found, relate. That's the second thing he talked about. So these are the things we talked about over here, is relate to the prospect. Ask for clarity. Ask them to expand on their concerns. Listen attentively. Be careful to have your own agenda in trying to get them to get involved or to be on the product, but listen to what they want, what's going on, what are they really saying. And the feel, fail, found, again, over here, we see the feel, fail, found. This is exactly what we're talking about here. How they feel. So how did you used to feel, right? So, for example, I know exactly how you felt. I used to feel the same way, found. But what I found today is this. This is what we talk about, the feel, fail, found, right? So I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. Others have felt the same way. But what I or they found when they looked at Max was, and that's where the story kicks in. And that's what Eric talks about over here, is tell a story. You understand? This is coming from multimillionaires. So we're not making that up, folks. And this training has been done way before the pandemic, right? So what's happening is how to handle objections. Let's kind of cover some of those things. Tell a story to illustrate feel, fail, found. And how others have or maybe overcame some of the same challenges. Use third party credibility. This has been one of the main, in fact, when I first introduced the very first person in Ghana 9 years ago, when this all started from scratch, I used a third party credibility, which I brought the CEO with me on the call, right, to kind of edify what was going on. That's how it all started. It's really interesting how it all starts, right? Don't argue or be defensive. That's stage two, right? You want to go along with the objection and understand where they are and create a relation so they can feel that you're the same. You felt the same way, but you were able to overcome certain steps and certain things. And ask questions, seek to understand their real concern and past experience. Don't lead them to overcome their objections. Really, really, really important. So questions, objections people may have. What's different about this supplement, right? Don't like networking or can't do networking or no time, too busy, difficult to convince people, no money to start. So let's cover some of those things. So, for example, handling the questions, networking, or supplements. Many people feel the same way, and people have seen a lot of supplement and a lot of network marketing company. Most people are not interested in looking at more supplement or network marketings. Am I right? So you go along with the objection, so they can relate with you. You're creating a bridge, so they can be with you along the process, right? And then from there, but what people find when they get involved in Max is the way we are different. The product as science. In fact, I believe that we probably have the most important nutraceutical supplement that exists on the planet. And I know that sounds a little bit bold, but I've came across so many stories. I'd love to introduce some of them to you. That now it comes to the third party credibility, right? Someone's story. So let's handle another question when it comes to the product. Supplements, unlike any others. For example, 25 years of science, 20 plus clinical studies. The products work, right? Doctors all over the world are keying in because they have seen incredible results with their own patients. I've seen that all over the world. People try and come back for more. See, it's your conviction. If your conviction is strong as you're sharing these words, it will have an impact. If your conviction is not strong, as I stated earlier, where your belief level is not the same, then unfortunately, the same words for you may not have the same impact. Okay? So, best challenge is having enough in stock. That's the thing that you can say. And we know it has happened, right? Is to have enough in stock because people really want this stuff. It works extremely, extremely well. Handling the question on network marketing. Max is open in 18 countries around the world. 18 countries. Max is very different. We have products people need and value. Let me carry on over here. We keep our business very simple. We provide training to help you be successful. What do you think the Crown Diamond Global Impact is all about? It's an environment that is free for you, that is free for your downline, and you just need to participate. That's the key, is you need to take an active role. Thank you for the likes. Really appreciate that. Okay. So people are making money. Many are making millions. Yes, economy changes, but you know what? When economy changes, people adjust. And when people adjust, new ideas come up. And when new ideas come up, new momentum will occur. So it all depends on how you see things. We have only just begun and we keep growing and evolving. There's new countries coming up. There's Kenya that's coming up. There's Cameroon coming up. There's Mexico coming up, right? And more, and there are more coming. So what's happening is that it's there's so many things that are coming in. You need to see it for yourself and invite them to a BOM, which I believe there is one right now that's what's occurring with Dr. James, who's a Crown Diamond with Max International. Okay, so again, this it's all designed to help you take advantage of these tools. Now, handling the question, no time, difficult, convincing people. Teach them to get started right and how to make a list of their notebook or their diary of 200 plus names. Don't worry if they have the money or not, if they can or not, if they're older or lower or younger. Don't worry about these things. Just make the list right now and go in steps. Teach them how we walk for the people to using the getting started, how to get in, how to invite people. We have inviting trainings, we have follow-up trainings, and in this group, as we are adding more content, we have a lot of that already existing in many of the groups. I'll give you some links later on. But the point here is these trainings are there, but we're trying to kind of bring up to speed all of the trainings because we're dealing in a new environment with when it comes to the social media environment. And that's why that a lot of these trainings right now are being created in real time. Okay. So again, it's to get people started right, excuse me, and to help them to get people to look at the information and then follow up after they looked at the information, right? Ask them if if something you can is that something that you can do? Is that something that you can do? That's a training that I've done a long, long time ago. Sometimes I just need to refresh my memory or something. But that's what ask them, can you is it something that you can do? And get them to agree with that. And you will find that the question of too difficult, no time, convincing people, once you understand the process, becomes less and less of a problem. The question about no money or registration. And again, folks, listen, there's so many things, and so many of you are creative on how to do this. And also, Max, we're working on a lot of things right now. Yesterday, we had a group with some of the top leadership around the world to discuss. Okay, let's plan 2022. How do we evolve and take advantage of all the situation and make some changes on some of the challenges that we're facing? Right. So the thing is to teach them how to find customers. It's just an example. Find two customers who need the product and use the money to register. We know these products are good. If they're educated on the value of the product and share the benefits of the product, help them to order a week's supply and take that money and maybe get more than two to be able to get the money to get you started. Where there's a will, there's a way. And listen, you look at this guy with his attitude, because I've seen that face. I've seen that face. When people say no, don't take that personally, folks. Remember, they have their own story, they have their own blueprint, they have their own situation. And don't identify that that's your fault or that's you or taking this personally. It's okay, right? Ask if is it a no for now, right? Ask for it. Don't just kind of take no and walk away. Is it a no for now? Stay in contact. Make sure that they get some social media link. There was a wonderful virtual event that occurred this past weekend. So send them that link. It's a Facebook Live. That's the new times, right? We didn't have that in the past. Now it's available right away, right? Stay in contact. Give them information. Share them stories of what's happening to some people before and after. Don't make it all about Max. Make it about your lifestyle. Make it about how it impacted your life and the people around you, right? Take track the contact and information. Keep track of the people that you're connecting. Don't lose them in the wilderness. Keep contact of every single person and add them to your Facebook and keep them in touch, or get them out of your Facebook into your personal group, personal contact, and keep them informed. Let them know what's going on. Ask if they want to become a customer. Your body will be grateful to be on these products. We know we live in a very toxic environment today. We said that 10 years ago, and today it's more accurate than ever. We understand that, right? Ask for referral. Do you see anybody who could benefit for something like that? And if you did a good presentation and they're not interested, they may know someone that may want to take advantage of something like this, especially today. So the summary is objections will always be encountered. It's part of the way things are. Remember, you may once have an objection too. I remember I had objections when I started network marketing. I didn't believe in network marketing. I didn't believe I could make the kind of money that I'm making today, right? So if I go back years, decades ago when I started this industry, folks, I was not where I am today. Practice and apply the key concepts. And that's what we want to share with you. Again, I keep coming back to this group. If you go back and listen to all the videos and go through the posts, go to the feature segment and start watching the videos, you're going to learn so much. But it's in your hand. What you do with it, it's up to you, right? Your job is to help your prospect overcome their limited belief on what is going on. And some of the resources that we have over here is the company website. Okay, we have your virtual office, and Max is constantly improving and working on it and working together to always improve and getting a wonderful product. Now, the reason why I put Active Team Group here is because all the presentation, this training, it's actually available. If you go under Canada, USA, you would select document, you would select Canada, USA, you would select English. Let me rephrase English, Canada, USA. And then you'll just segment, there's trainings, and then there's miscellaneous trainings, right? And when you click on that, it's right in there. That training is there as we speak. It's been there a long time. And I think I might have been a modification today because I modified this group, Facebook group, which this global support system is important. You know, that could be an asset for you. If someone is resistant to start because they don't know how, they don't have the support, they don't know how that's going to work, you're new to the business, well, you can lean into this organization, you can lean to this group and use that as a selling feature, as a support system. They don't have to pay anything. They just need to get in and start listening. You understand? So, and we also have a YouTube channel. You know, all the videos, including this one here today, if you look for a Crown Diamond Global Impact, you will find a channel, and I suggest that you subscribe to the channel. Why? Because every time there's a movie that's uploaded to the channel, you get notified, right? You don't even actually have to come to the group. You'll be notified right away, and then you can come to the group to have access to some of the summaries that we're doing over here, as you're seeing here. Okay, so that in a sense, it's really all there is to it. So let me just kind of go back to facing you guys here. So what's going on here for folks is handling objections. It's actually a lot of fun. And go along with the objections. That is a summary. Go along with the objection. Help them understand first by you understanding them. You know, there's a saying by Stephen Covey on the highly effective people, the 7 habits of highly effective people. Again, something I read so many years ago. I should read it again. And I think it's habit 6 or 5 or 4 is seek to understand first, then be understood. Ladies and gentlemen, if our governments would do things like that, we would live in such a better world, right? We wouldn't be dealing with all the drama that we're facing around the globe. Seek to understand the need and what people want. Then explain the message. In other words, then you can be understood because now you're talking from a better frame of context of where they are. So I hope this helps you. And again, take advantage of these groups. Take advantage of the free information that we're offering to help you build your business. If you do, I assure you, you will benefit greatly. My name is Chris. I'm a Crown Diamond with Max International. It was a real pleasure to share with you. I am Max, and together, ladies and gentlemen, we are Max. Bye for now.